Food manufacturer Kwong Chung Thai has been in the mooncake business for almost 50 years. At its factory in northern Singapore, thousands of mooncakes are made daily. It also supplies the lotus paste used in mooncakes, sold by top hotels and restaurants in Singapore. As the Mid-Autumn Festival approaches, the company is ramping up the production of mooncakes. Every year there are more options on the market, but when it comes to seasonal treats, many customers like to keep it traditional.
We make more baked mooncakes because baked mooncakes are actually the best for gifting. So the best selling one is actually double yolk white lotus. It's baked, you can keep for long, and then they can eat even after Mooncake Festival. And then with 2 yolks, it looks more generous. So till now, this gifting culture still exists, and people still believe in the generosity of a double yolk mooncake. So that's our top selling SKU. It can be up to 50% of our production.
The prices of these moon-shaped pastries are not exactly down to earth. We looked up the price of a box of 4 baked lotus double yolk mooncakes. This popular option cost around 95 Singapore dollars at a selection of well-known high-end hotels. This is 8% more than in 2022.
In a fairly decent bakery or 4 or 5-star hotel, today you're looking at $80 to $100 for a box of 4. A few years back, you're talking about in the 60s, and then the next year will be 70s, and then today is 80s. This year, reaching triple digits. So every year you're just seeing it increase. That's really, this is really very much the trend.
One of the factors contributing to the rise in prices is an increase in the cost of making mooncakes. The price of ingredients has risen, in particular lotus paste, sugar and flour.
Inflation has affected the price of all raw material, especially after COVID. Since COVID happened, a lot of things has increased in price. During COVID, actually, if you ask me back then, the prices are quite high, quite crazy, because the imports are getting more expensive, lesser containers are coming into Singapore. This actually affects the cost of each shipment. Prices fluctuate, they still fluctuate, but after COVID, it has remained quite high. A lot of things has gone up by about 10%.
GST 也上嘛，你看那个什么那个空运啊这些啊，就讲运输这方面也上，所以变成好像其实我们这边新加坡大多数东西都是从外国来的嘛，所以全部是空运的，所以就是这些上，你这边你卖的时候你也是要上的。所以没有办法，所以变成还有原料全部涨价。原料其实近几年来，你看粉，以前的粉很便宜，现在粉很贵啊。好像糖也是起价。
The packaging of mooncakes has also become more elaborate as manufacturers try to outdo each other, and the increased sophistication comes at a price.
It's not surprising to see prices rise, especially in an current environment with inflation and cost prices rising for producers. But like any luxury item, especially at the high end, you will find that consumers are paying for a mixture of quality, branding, marketing, and packaging. And of course, the packaging of mooncakes is really, really important because that is one of the key signals of quality.
At the end of the day, Mooncake Festival is also about gifting. So some people who wants to gift a nice looking box, they will definitely buy a nice looking box and give to their friends or their clients, customers, or very important people.
我认为啦，其实月饼卖贵全部是在盒子，因为盒子有些你没有包装，有些好像你第一个眼你一定看它的包装美不美嘛，你要送给别人，你会去在乎那个月饼嘛，你一定会先看哇这个包装很美 ，OK， 我送给人也比较有面子嘛，其实好像月饼这种送给人大多数都是那个包装贵在那一边。
If you fancy having mooncake as a sweet treat and cost is a concern, you might want to consider the option of making it yourself. Mooncake making classes and do-it-yourself kits are giving people the opportunity to do so without the frills.
好像做这个月饼啦，其实任何人都可以做的，只要你有好像材料跟步骤有这个 recipe 啊，其实是很容易做的。讲真的，制作月饼你需要时间，你需要准备这些，你要买材料。讲划算也不是一定划算呐，讲不划算也不是说不划算，是起码你可以知道你要什么口味，你喜欢什么口味，你要它甜跟不甜。
Over the past few years, we've definitely sold more than 5,000 mooncake kits. We increased the number of mooncakes that they could make to 36 per kit, as well as the number of flavors that they could make per kit to 4 flavors. And now each mooncake would cost less than $2.30 to make. There are many things about the mooncake making process that can be quite complex and intricate, but with clear instructions and the right ingredients, I think one can make mooncakes for friends and family in less than 2 hours.
Among friends, family, as well as business associates, gift giving remains an intrinsic part of the Mid-Autumn Festival, which means that a high price tag could actually be perceived as a good thing.
Mooncakes are gifts that you give to business associate, friends, relatives. So the value of it, unknowingly is pegged towards the price of the mooncakes. So if you're going to give a box of mooncake that come from, say, a 5-star hotel, there's this significant perceived value to the mooncakes, and I think that also drives up the prices.
Mooncakes are fundamentally similar products. They are round, they are sweet, they are high-calorie items, but high price would sometimes be seen as a luxury good. And as a luxury good, people will want to give luxury goods. People often feel the need to do it since it's been done for many years. And it is really difficult to break with tradition. So if you've been buying mooncakes for your clients for many, many years or for decades, you're not really going to stop now. And if you're competing with other businesses to woo their clients with nice gifts, you obviously want to buy a nicer gift for your client. And therefore, you will find this kind of competition in terms of price and uniqueness and packaging and branding always increasing over and over, year on year.